What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls and trying to figure out what happened, how it happened. We're reviewing these, utilizing the plan method, MTC awareness stages, and the Smart Rider principles that I developed, and trying to see what happened so we can figure it out and not do it ourselves.
It's always good to learn from
Let's take a look.
And I hope this episode serves a valuable lesson. So,
you're right, Motostars.
Ride safe.
Ride safe. Oh, went a little off-road and crashed. It looked like we hit something prior to the turn. That's a beautiful looking bike. Woo. Nice knobby tires. A little bit less good on asphalt, but still pretty good. Oh, the shoe. Let's go back just a little bit here. Go back just a little bit.
Crazy situations.
It looks like we hit something.
It's always good to learn from the others' mistakes, and
you can kind of see it.
So serves a valuable lesson. So check this out and ride safe.
So yeah, right there. What did we hit? Gravel? What do you guys think? Can't really see because maybe applied the front brake a little too hard. Maybe going into that corner a little too quick. Now, one way you can kind of like modulate your speed, especially in a group ride, is by telling your buddies with your new Cardo Pack Talk Pro, and they have Cardos with dynamic mesh and all that stuff. You can tell them, hey, slow it down a little bit. Slow it down a little bit. Hey, I can't keep up, whatever, especially with my knobby tires. If you want to grab one of these, there's a link in the description for 10% off. I use mine to talk to buddies when I'm riding, to listen to music, listen to GPS. But same thing here. So I'm assuming a little too fast here, a little too fast, and started going a little bit wide. Instead of committing to the turn, we slammed the brakes, and it caused a little bit of jostling, a little jerky movement in the bike, which caused us to go a little off-road. You can also tell your buddies here, it's like, hey, I crashed. And then hopefully they'll pull over, especially the first guy. He'll turn around and he'll rescue you because you crashed. But yeah, overall not good. So slow it down in the corners, okay? Modulate your speed based on your skill level. Just because your friends can do it doesn't mean you can't do it, or you can do it. Oh, intersection. Nice little bump. Dropped the bike. Broke something on our bike. Not good. Let's see. That's pretty much it there. Let's come up to here. So intersections are orange stage. If you know what we're talking about, orange stage, we perceived a threat. Intersections, we want to be on high alert. Corners, high alert. See any open lane patterns, high alert. Sides of the vehicle, high alert. Not good. So what we're doing is we're lowering our speed. So kind of roll off the throttle, going through intersections, getting ready to apply the brakes. So covering the brakes, getting ready for those things, finding those escape paths, getting ourselves out of there if we can. This was definitely a line of sight issue. We couldn't see that left turner because the truck, and that left turner couldn't see us because of the truck. So we're coming through. They should have looked. They should have peeked before they came out, but they didn't. Okay, so we have to take our safety as our own responsibility here. So we apply brakes. Oh, we can't really stop in time because our total stopping distance is not good. Okay, we're going a little too fast for the area. We can't really stop, so sometimes stopping is not going to be the appropriate emergency red stage maneuver. So what we're going to have to do at this point is find that escape path, get ourselves out of there. Swerve. We're gonna have to swerve. We don't want to try to apply the brakes, slow down, and we still hit. We don't want to do that. That's a no buenos. So we want to swerve if we can. Try your best. Sometimes accidents happen, and that's why being a smart rider, acquiring and using personal protective equipment is important so we can mitigate any possible injuries we might be having. All right, going through here, we're gonna have a sheep run out, deer run out. What do we got? Maybe a car? Can't see much on the right. Is there an intersection that we can't see? We have an intersection coming up. Oh, no, we got to turn. Oh, it's a little bit sharper than we thought. And we dumped the bike. Hey, he's got full gear, full leathers. So we seem to be protected. That turn came up pretty quick. You see that? So we're coming up to here. It doesn't look like it's a sharp turn because we can't see much. It's the line of sight problem off to the right. It's a line of sight problem. But what can we see that makes us understand it is a sharp turn? Okay, it's very hard to see on your screens, but we have chevrons here. Those chevrons indicate a sharp turn. And we can also see the car way up there, meaning that, hey, guess what? That's where the car went. That's where we're going to have to go. So slow it down as best we can here, almost to the point where we're almost too slow. Navigate that turn, okay? Slow it down. So 50 was still a little too fast. 50 was a little fast here. Drop it another 10 miles an hour, and we could probably make that turn. He's got full gear, though. That's a good thing. All right, we got a passenger. Please don't do a wheelie and drop her off. Oh, we have an impact from the back. Once again, we can tell our buddies, hey, we're turning. We're turning here. We're turning. So instead of doing a hand signal right there, we can tell them we're turning. So it's very important. Keep your hands on the handlebars. Communication, verbal communication works really well. Our buddy behind us was not seeing that, and they went up and over. Up and over. And this is a really good thumbnail. One second. Okay. I'll screenshot that later. Yeah, that's not good. So when we talk about mechanism of injury, because what we do is rescue people here too, that's going to be really high. It's a high mechanism of injury for this rider that crashed into them. Now these people are gonna fall into the right side, so probably right hip, right shoulder, maybe even back. But the person that actually hit them is up and over and now face into the ground. This is why I wear full face helmets. Thankfully, that person is, but not wearing any armor on the jacket, or because there is no jacket. So we have shoulder injuries, elbow injuries, wrist injuries. And you see how he's grabbing his hips? So once again, I do not recommend you Google with safe search off traumatic open book fracture, but he's checking his hips right there. Jeez. His legs hit those handlebars in that gas tank.
There's a situation.
All right, here we go.
The biker was pushing hard to catch up with the group, but couldn't.
Oh, tell your buddies on the cardo, slow it down. Sorry. I'd rather be a little bit embarrassed than have an expensive bill and damage to our body. Tell them slow it down a little bit. I can't keep up. And now they're gone. You could have told them, hey, like I'm bleeding out here. Come back. Help. Rescue, please. Stop any major bleeds for me. Oh, that bike is destroyed. So slow it down. Ride your own ride. You don't have to keep up with your buddies. You can tell them on your cardo, hey, I'll catch up to you guys on the next stop sign. Sometimes they'll just be like, hey, we'll just slow it down a little bit. And to kind of go back to this real quick, it's not necessarily always your skill level, because you could be riding with a group of friends that you guys are all the same skill level, or you're constantly growing in your skill level. You guys do track days, whatever. If you're doing track days, you're probably wearing full gear here anyways. But you might be tired. It might be the end of the ride and you're just physically and mentally exhausted. And you can tell them, it's like, hey guys, normally I could do this, but I am exhausted. I'm starting to make mistakes. Like my lines aren't as good anymore. Like I don't want to take any risks right now. Can we slow it down a little bit? So it could just be that. It might not be skill level. It might be your body is tired. And that's part of the safety checklist. Okay. So that's something that I'm developing, and it's going to be in the new academy. But yeah, just are you aware of the risks? How's your state of mind? Right? What's going on? What's your physical capabilities right now? Are you exhausted? Are you dealing with a cold? You know, driver decides to stop at intersection to turn left. Oh, geez. So we see this path of travel. Go ahead and get yourself in a new position for safety. There you go. Did a head check, moved over. Yeah, pretty annoying on that. So when it comes to planning, right? So position for safety, locate hazard, assess relevant threats, navigate active ones. We see this car coming out. Okay. That's a relevant threat not at this point. It's a hazardous situation. Now we're assessing if it is a relevant threat. Yes, it's in our lane right now. It's in our lane. So when we see that, we have to navigate an active threat. It became an active threat. So what we're going to have to do is put ourselves in a brand new position for safety, because this one is not good anymore. It's taken up. He's going to be in our path of travel. So we're going to have to look right now. Don't worry about if they're going to be in that lane or not. Go ahead and look right now in your mirrors, do a head check, and switch over into the new position for safety, which is the next lane, because you want to go straight. Especially now. You can still do it. Move into a new position. You can still do it right now. New position. Honking doesn't really help too much right here. Hopefully they're going to go, but guess what? I'd rather just go ahead and get a new position. So he did a head check right there. He's checking his mirrors. New position. So I would rather do it back there and not right here, because now it's kind of like I have to do it quickly. I'd rather do it nice and smoothly back there. All right, lane splitting. This is lane splitting. Looks like California. Yep. Oh, that's one of the hazards that we have to watch out for when it comes to lane filtering and lane splitting, is that somebody wants to go into this open lane. Okay, it's a little bit harder to see here, but hopefully we'll have an opportunity to see what an open lane pattern looks like when traffic is moving. But this is something you have to watch out for. This is why you want to lane filter and lane split at a slower speed so that you can make these evasive maneuvers easier. Because if you did it at high speed, it'd be a lot harder. So imagine you had to stop. Your total stopping distance is terrible here. So if you do it slowly, you could probably stop in time. But good job positioning for safety into new position. Now you have to do it again. What's your plan? What's your plan? Okay, we had a full open lane right here. Why are we doing it right there? That's not a good position. Move into the full lane. All right, so corners. Oh, merge area. Oh, went a little wide. Not a big deal. Keep your hands on the handlebars. We got a turn coming up. Navigate that turn.
Even though the
Road surface hazards. Wet.
tough road.
So when the road is wet, especially in the first 30 minutes of rain, it's going to lift oils off the ground. It's going to make it a little bit slippery. But even if it's wet, your tires should handle this like it's almost like it's dry. But I still want to make sure that I am doing what I need to do to keep myself safe. So slower on the acceleration, give yourself more time for braking. And then with the turns, a little bit slower on the turns.
Conditions, he ended up giving way too much throttle in the corner.
Too much throttle in the corner, slower on the turn. So what's happening here? We're accelerating. Oh, we lost a little traction. So once you get out of the intersection, you have a straight line. Go ahead and give it some acceleration. Don't do it while you're still turning. Just go through it nice and easy. Sometimes it happens, though. You can't tell with some of these videos if there was a big oil patch. And that could have done that, too. It might not have been the rain, but could have been some oil. So this is why we wear full gear just in case. All right, what do we got here? Riding with our buddies. I don't understand these roads. Somebody that lives in these areas, what do these roads mean? So he found an escape, didn't panic, doing it nice and easy, nice and slow. Now we're gonna go off-roading. Not a bad deal. Okay, oh. Take it nice and easy, get back on the pavement. And we're golden. So a little bit too fast. It's a cycle lane, okay. It's a grass-fed bike, interesting. Oh, uncommon thing, good job with braking and being aware. So imagine if we're hauling through this. You can't see the car, right? We're hauling through this, but he knows because this is an orange state situation with possible traffic and everything. So what you're trying to do is go through it nice and easy because just in case something pops out, you can navigate that active threat. Looks like a bicycle path. The red strips are bike lanes that you can ride on to other paths. Oh, interesting. So if he was going too fast, he would have probably impacted that car. All right, lane filtering. Lane filtering. Don't hit a mirror.
Oh.
If you can't make it through, don't do it. And this is where understanding what your bike's dimensions are. And for me, if it's like, that looks a little close, I'm just not going to do it.
My bad. I'll go over there.
Okay, good. They're going to exchange information just in case. Then again, they're going to probably say you scratched up the whole side. If they already had previous damage, then they use you as a way to get a new car.
Another example of just how dangerous.
All right, going through here, having some fun. We got some turns coming up. This looks like a sharper turn than the other one, so let's slow it down before this one. And we didn't. And we went a little wide. And we got impaled by a tree. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We're going through the mountains, having some fun. You see how these turns are pretty easy? So we're kind of thinking, getting a little complacent. Okay, we can navigate all these turns coming up because if this is what it is, it's not a big deal. And this is why I have my phone on the handlebars with GPS going, so it's like a little mini map. Oh, this next turn that's coming up, it's a lot sharper than the ones I just went through. And you can kind of tell here. It kind of goes this way. So we're going to slow it down just a little bit before the turn. Slowed it down just a tiny bit, but I want to slow it down a little bit more. Now we're having trouble. We're on gravel, not asphalt. We're on gravel. And we lost traction, and there's the impact into the tree. Once again, having full gear is going to help out here, but slowing it down before the turn is going to help out even more. Roads change. Turns get sharper. Smoke coming from, oh geez. Oh, there's a fire. There's a fire. And they won't know. They won't know if they're just constantly looking forward and not in the mirrors.
Hey, Cardo, mute audio. Your truck is on fire.
Told his Cardo to turn off audio.
Yeah. Yeah. On the other side. Yeah, over here, over here.
Okay,
Fire
so
extinguisher with you?
dirt, fire extinguishers. Try your best with dirt. Water could work, especially a small fire like that. More than likely, it's in the engine compartment.
Pop the hood.
A few water bottles, okay.
Oh, no.
Water's an amazing reducer of heat,
Oh, man.
which will help put that fire out. Very good. Very good.
Something busted. You're blowing a bunch of white smoke, so you have an oil leak somewhere.
So you probably saved him a lot of mechanical bills. Yeah,
I got that.
good. Yeah, I love that.
Yes.
Hey, it's good to have some of these every now and then.
All right.
All right, it's off to work now. All right, very good. Good to have some of these. All right, great position for safety right here. Let's see what happens though. Sometimes bad things happen, like somebody rear-ending the car in front of you, which is better than you getting rear-ended. But I like this position for safety. It's a lane filtering position. Well, it's off to the left. Lane filtering would be off to the right. But you can see ahead of time, and you can escape if you needed to. I like this. And if somebody's not paying attention behind you, they're hopefully going to smack into the back of this Mercedes versus smacking you. You don't want to be crushed. Okay, so I like this position. This is what I used to do. This is what I still do in Arizona because before lane filtering, like this is all I could do. So this is good. Let's see what happens here. Got another motorcyclist. Okay, anybody, they're gonna merge into our lane. Yeah, okay. Not a big deal. Let them in. Let them have it. Let them have it. You don't want to fight. They're gonna win. Law of gross tonnage. Big truck pulls out on biker. Okay, side of the vehicle. Found an intersection, orange stage, slowing it down. And we're going to move on. Handled it. Progressive braking. We got a sharp right turn coming up. You saw the sign, right?
Lucky. He couldn't hold the line through the turn, but the driver...
Slow it down, trying to keep up with their buddy in front. Maybe he's a newer rider. I have a feeling the guy in the red's going to crash. You see how he's really straight? Oh, no. Ooh, the guy in the very front is gonna crash. So going a little fast. Slow it down a little bit. Went a little wide on that one. Got lucky. We're gonna have a deer. There's one. There's gonna be 5 more. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. There's another one. Oh, geez. Got lucky. Good job with the evasive maneuvers. Got yourself out of there. But if you see one, there might be more up ahead. So take it as an omen to slow it. Oh, no. Dude. Oh, this is where tarps really come in handy. What do you think happened to the rider? Kind of happened to us, right? Did you guys see that white car? Yeah. So we were both white staged here. Okay. All of us were white staged. I don't think any of you guys saw the car. And if you did, don't lie. We were looking at the guys in the back. We were zoned out, target fixated on things that were not important. Okay. We need to focus on what's important. And what's important is this white car right there. The rider also wasn't paying attention. He was not paying attention. And so that's going to get you in trouble. Oh. That's going to get you in trouble. I was looking at the guys in the back of the truck. All right, side of the vehicle right there, going to be in our path of travel. When it comes to planning, oh, somebody crashed behind? Or we skid the brakes? Okay, let's take a look. So when it comes to planning our ride, right? We're in a good position. We're locating hazardous situation. Hey, it's an intersection. We're going to assess if anybody's going to become a relevant threat, and so far, nothing. Oh, he's in our path to travel. Now he's an active threat. So we have enough total stopping distance based on our speed right now that we could apply really good progressive braking. And this is going to slow us down enough to hopefully allow that person to get out of there so then we can continue on with our ride. We locked up that rear brake though. Write in the comments what you do if you just took the MSF class or you know this information. If you lock up the rear brake, what do you do? Write it in the comments so those that haven't seen or haven't been to a class know what to do. Okay? I ride the bike. I ride like an idiot. Okay, good YouTube name. What do we got here? Okay, we have intersections. Just can't see much. That car driver drives like an idiot. Just let the idiot be in front. Let them be in front. You don't want them behind you and tailgating you. So now he's slamming the brakes because he's riding that car's butt. See, that car could have been us. And that's why I'd rather have them be in front. Maintain a good space cushion. More than likely, sometimes these people crash and you want to have a good enough space cushion to do evasive maneuvers. Oh, we got dog? Doggo. Okay, you got to juke them. You slow down, they kind of lose balance, they get juked, then you accelerate out of there. Went over the speed bump a bit sideways, it caused a speed wobble. Oh, don't hit it with just one tire. Oh, got lucky on that one. If he did it with just the rear tire, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. Close call, near hit while riding home from a driver not checking her mirrors. Okay. You guys see what this pattern looks like, right? Finally, we got one. It's an open lane pattern. Our lane is open. These are not, right? They're stuck behind other vehicles. They're going to want to come over into our lane. We also have that red Toyota. It's kind of like an emerge area. They're going to want to come into our lane too. So this is why we ride staggered, just in case anybody switches lanes. Just like if we're riding staggered in a motorcycle group, if anybody has to swerve out of the way for a road surface hazard, they're not swerving into one of us. So I ride staggered with cars. Let's see what happens. It looks like an open lane pattern. Let's see if I'm right. Somebody's going to merge in front of us. There it is. Okay, we're in their blind spot. They moved over. We did good. We got a new position for safety. The goal is to not be in people's blind spots. Hey, thank you for the $5 Canadian. Great time. I just got my Z500 and went for my first ride today. So fun. Thanks, DanDanTheFireman. Great guides and info make me confident with the bike beyond training. Awesome. It's another open lane pattern here. Our lane's moving. Theirs isn't. Who's going to merge into us? They are. Okay. So at that point, you have to accelerate out. Orange stage situation right here. We don't know who's going to cut in front of us. There's an ambulance. Okay, we're going to move over. Is this white car going to cut in front of us? No. Okay, anybody going to pop out? No, not really.
Line.
Okay, they crossed the line. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Watch out for the road surface hazard of a wet road. All right, moving on. Open lane pattern right here. What do you think? A car's going to come out or that guy's going to run out? Right in the comments. Okay, not the guy, but I think somebody's going to pop out right in front of us. Oh, intersection, open gap right there. Anybody can pop out? Yeah, there it is. Apply the brakes and move on. So when you're constantly riding near like a lot of this, especially intersection, you're on high alert. Okay, that's part of the MTC awareness stages. We're in orange stage, high alert. We don't know what's going to happen. We see nice, all the cars are kind of close to each other. Nothing's going to creep out, but I'm worried anybody's going to pop out in front of me from that lane. All of a sudden I see a gap near an intersection. Are they letting somebody in? Are they letting somebody in? Yeah. So thankfully we weren't going super fast. We can apply the brakes, good progressive brake pressure, and get ourselves in a safe position at this point. So good job. Handled it. Now look forward. You don't know if anybody's going to sneak out in front of you. Daily Harley rider. Hey, it's Topgolf. They're building a Topgolf. Nice. Nice. Oh. Construction zones, new traffic control situation. They just went out, confused, handled it, move on. They already built the Topgolf. Nice. Looked left, pulled out. Okay. So intersections. You see how we're seeing a lot of intersection problems? That's why it is orange stage. Okay, we see this person coming out, side of the vehicle. That is a pattern that we recognize. If we see the back, the taillights of a vehicle in our lane, hey, guess what? They're in our lane. If we see headlights in our lane, not a good situation. Are we in the wrong lane? Are they in the wrong lane? Either way, they're coming right at us. Side of the vehicle indicates an intersection, indicates a possible T-bone incident here. So we want to pay attention to that. If they creep out, guess what? They're in our path of travel. We're going to have to plan it, right? We have to get a new position for safety. We already located and assessed, and now we're going to have to navigate this active threat So we're going to navigate ourselves into a new position for safety. And then sometimes the thing that you do is apply a good progressive brake pressure, let them through, and guess what? Now you're in a new position for safety because there's no one in front of us. All right, here we go. We're passing people. It's a yellow. Oh, they wanted to pass too. Check your mirrors, okay? So just because our buddy passed, because it's fine for them, we didn't even check our mirrors. We crouched down to get some aerodynamics, and now we finally look. So check your mirrors. Understand that that's part of your 360 situational awareness. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe. Be smart riders. And grab yourself a cardo. I'll see you guys on the next live stream.